Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. All right, this is a kind of an interesting one that doesn't make sense on the surface. Hence, why we're going to look under the surface, because that's what tarot does, right? A GOP rep says Hunter Biden conviction creates an opening for Michelle Obama. Okay. Representative Andy Ogles suggested Hunter Biden's conviction of federal gun charges could create an opening for Michelle Obama to make a bid for the White House. All right, first off, Michelle Obama has said she's not interested in running. And I imagine a number of us would be really, really excited if she ran. You know, you want to talk about ginning up excitement, Michelle Obama would do that. Excuse me. Basically, what Andy Ogles is saying is that because of Hunter Biden's conviction, President Biden may step back from the race to be with his son. I think it creates an opening for the Democrats like Michelle Obama. The Biden family could say, hey, we're going to take care of our house. We're going to take care of our son, and then allow Michelle Obama to come in and run. Because, again, Joe Biden can't win this election, and they know that they're desperate for another candidate. So I think that right there is the tell. I imagine that Republican internal polling is showing that Joe Biden is going to hand Donald Trump his ass in the elections in 2024. Despite what these polls are saying, internal polling by the Republicans have them worried. And that makes sense. Look at Trump's out there groveling for the libertarian vote. He's out there trying to get he's telling his supporters that are sweltering and passing out from heat exhaustion in the Arizona desert heat that, he's worse off than they are because, that person who passed out has a bunch of people to help him. If Donald Trump passed out, he's all alone, isolated and stuff like that. I think also having Trump being convicted opens up a door for the never-Trumpers and the ones that didn't want to vote for him in the first place. They're not going to want to hold their nose and vote for a 34 times convicted felon. They might start writing Nikki Haley's name in there. And again, I think this was Nikki Haley's little backup plan, was to see what the groundswell might be for her sneaking in ahead of Donald Trump for that candidacy. But regardless, the GOP know that Biden can beat Trump. So they're trying to create this perception that, we could have had Michelle Obama. I don't want to vote for Biden. I want to vote for Michelle Obama. And then you get discouraged and don't show up. Right now, you know what? Joe Biden seemed like he was the only person who could beat Donald Trump in 2020, and he did. He's also, I don't say the only person, but he's pretty much the only person that was going to beat him in 2024, and he will. This whole thing about Michelle Obama is probably, again, trying to create division amongst the Democrats. Again, Michelle Obama said that, she's not seeking office. She will not be running for president, supports Joe Biden. Amongst Republicans who have floated the idea that Michelle Obama can replace Biden include Marjorie Taylor Greene and Ted Cruz. Why would they care? You don't think of Ted Cruz and Marjorie Taylor Greene as being the people that are really concerned about the Democrats' best interests. You know what I mean? They spend so much time attacking Democrats, it's hard to believe that they ever have the Democrats' best interest in mind. So I wanted to read on this, but I think I already figured out that it's just to try to cause division amongst the Democrats. But why are the Republicans trying to push Michelle Obama over Joe Biden? Okay, the foundation of the reading, entertainment purposes only, is the Four of Swords. The retreat, contemplation. It's like they're waiting. They're waiting for something. I think, again, when you look at polls and you look at information, it's just that they see that Trump's in trouble, especially if the Democrats are motivated. So what can you do to take the fire out of Democratic voters? You know, if you say, oh, yeah, again, I think it's one of those things that, remember those commercials? Wow, I could have had a V8, that type of thing. It's like, you know, it's presenting them with a false choice. And that false choice makes them look at their current choice and best choice as not a very good choice. So it's a demotivation tactic. Michelle Obama actually ran. I would imagine turnout would be immense, and she would absolutely roll the GOP candidate. This is crossed with the Ten of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. This is just some weak messaging idea. Again, I think it's to try and get the Democrats to fall asleep or feel defeated. But I also think they look at their internal polls, and what they're seeing is Donald Trump doesn't stand a chance against Joe Biden. He just doesn't. These polls in these battleground states, there's something wrong with them. In the past, we got the Tower card. Biden beats Trump by a landslide. And this might grind the Trump supporters, but it was a landslide because he beat Trump by more electoral votes than Trump beat Hillary. And he also, had a majority of the votes by 7 million or so, whereas Trump was down 2 to 3 million votes to Hillary. So Biden won the popular vote by a lot, and he won the electoral college by even more than Trump. But when Trump won, it was a landslide. So sorry, you don't get to redefine landslide to the numbers that you like. If we're going to call a landslide, then Trump lost by a landslide. Current situation is the King of Swords. The Republicans know they're in trouble. Between the court cases Jack Smith has out there, the court losses that Donald Trump has already suffered. He suffered 2 defamation case losses to E. Jean Carroll, and he's about to face a third. A New York civil trial, a New York criminal trial, which led to 34 criminal convictions. His business has been convicted of felonies. Donald Trump is just surrounded by felons and surrounded by legal cases, and he just doesn't really have a good path to win. And he's not trying particularly hard to campaign. He's taken all the money and he's using it for his legal defenses rather than his re-election campaign. Not only that, he's not sharing the money with the members of the GOP that he needs in office so that they can put forward their very regressive Plan 2025 and turn this country back to the Stone Ages. Jiminy Christmas. That's not happening, by the way. Overarching energy is the Strength card. Trying to show mastery, trying to show people who's boss. Again, Biden's not a strong candidate from folks on the left. It's one of those things. Michelle Obama would be a really inspiring choice, just like her husband was an inspiring choice. But the person that we needed to try and basically right the ship and point it in the right direction again was Joe Biden. And you can also see he was also the person that went forward and reestablished international relationships that had been damaged under Trump. Because he had been around for such a long time. Foreign countries and leaders knew him. They knew the cut of his jib, as it were. They knew his character, the strength of his character. He was the right person for the job, just like Obama was the right person for the job in 2008 and 2012. The lesson to be learned is the Devil card. They're trying desperately to get Trump elected, but the problem is Trump is under all sorts of legal indictments. He's He's not presenting himself as a strong candidate, and his mental health issues seem to be his weaknesses in his health. It keeps showing every day, and so they're trying to distract from anything that Biden's done by trying to put out a new person. Try to just, basically they're trying to gaslight Democratic voters to not show up because they'd rather have Michelle Obama. Almost like what kind of worked with Bernie Sanders. Oh, you guys wanted Bernie. You probably shouldn't show up and vote then. Why give Hillary your support? They forced Hillary on you. They're acting like they're forcing Biden on us. Outcome is the king of cups. It's Joe Biden. It's all about Biden. They've been trying to impeach him. They've been unsuccessful. They've been trying to say the Biden crime family is in the pockets of China and impeach him. They can't do it. They go after his son. They managed to get 3 felony convictions or 3 convictions on lying on a gun form. Congratulations. Meanwhile, their guy's been convicted of 34 felonies in New York on state crimes. Yeah, their candidate's weak and they're grasping at straws. That's the energy behind it. I'm running out of things I want to read on this one. Maybe just a little bit more. Ted Cruz and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, there's some strange bedfellows. There's a power couple. Please don't procreate, both of you. Too late. How about don't procreate with each other? Why are they doing it? Why do they think that it's a good idea they put this out? Do they think it's going to ingratiate themselves to Trump? Why would they do that? Page of Pentacles, it's this weak argument. They were the ones underneath that weak argument thing. It's a weak argument. Queen of Cups, just trying to keep a cap on people's emotions. Yeah, I think it's just... It's funny because they're 2 of the most bombastic people. And, maybe it's also interesting. Maybe it's also that if you put Michelle Obama in there, you're going to wake up the more racist factions of the Republicans and MAGA. Now, you might be laughing to yourself, saying... What's the difference? I would say my brother's not a racist Republican, but he's not MAGA either by any stretch of the imagination. So picture, if you will, the whole reason why Donald Trump won is because it was so easy to vilify Hillary. Okay? Now, for the Democrats, we love Michelle Obama. She's amazing. And there's no reason not to like her. But for the Republicans, especially the MAGA folks, it appears that one of their main reasons for not liking Barack Obama was his skin tone. And Michelle Obama happens to share the same skin tone. You know what I mean? So if the threat, Biden doesn't trigger them. They keep trying to say, Hunter Biden this, Hunter Biden that, and Joe Biden this, Joe Biden that. It's like trying to hate vanilla ice cream. No offense to the Bidens. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene does not think that Hunter Biden's vanilla ice cream. At least not the way she seems to walk around with pictures of him in the nude on congressional floors. But it's not ginning up the support. It's not getting people riled up. Michelle Obama could get the MAGA crowd and those folks riled up because they want to hate Obama. And they haven't had a good reason to hate Michelle Obama. So let's, if we could get the Democrats to put Michelle Obama in there, we'll activate our people, and they'll not only will they want to show up for Trump, but they'll want to show up to vote against Obama, because we can't have, more Obamas in the White House. That's like the biggest crime ever. So they're trying to use Michelle Obama's goodness against her, because, frankly, Donald Trump supporters are deplorable, and they're attacking people's values. Those little values that they keep in the house and they don't let anybody see. Though we hear about the racist dog whistles, this would be a way to activate their base using a racist dog whistle. In the past, the Page of Swords. This could be Miss Obama. The Obamas were new in the White House. They weren't lifetime politicians. They're worried. The thing is, they're worried about the youth vote. The Republicans don't have a strong youth vote here, and they don't have a strong vote with women. So you have to balance that out by getting more men to vote. Old white men. Young women are their bane. So how do you suppress the young women vote and get old white men to vote? And so if you float this idea to get old white men angry and activated, they would go out and do that. And then young people, they'll say, oh, I wish Michelle Obama was in there, not Biden. Young people might come out and vote, but they're less reliable to come out and vote. You know what I mean? So older people have a higher probability of voting. Younger people, they got things they want to do. They might vote, they may not vote. So if you make the Democrats rely on young people's votes, they have a less reliable voting base showing up. They might vote, they may not. If you could vote by texting, Obama would win in a landslide. Current situation is the Three of Wands. They're planning for the future too. I don't think they really think this is going to work, but they're kind of floating the ideas out there, and they might also be looking to the 2028 election. They're looking down the road, past this election too, because I think they know that they're going to be out of power in 2024. So they're trying to figure out what's going to work in 2028, because they're not going to get Michelle Obama in this. The overarching energy is the Seven of Wands. Yeah, and they also want their people to show up. So you create a boogeyman. Oh, the boogeyman's on the horizon. We're going to help you fight off the boogeyman, the Michelle Obama boogeyman. The Obama's going to come over here. It's just not going to work. The MAGA folks are going to answer Trump's call anyway. Floating Michelle Obama out there doesn't change anything. Honestly, nobody cares. They just don't. They're so, in some ways, and I'm getting this feeling inside me, they're just exhausted. They're exhausted of all the drama. And Trump puts you through so much drama. And Trump fans, they're just, the highs and the lows are just every day. I mean, they were hitting some real lows last week. They got some good news over the next 7 days to make them feel a little bit better. But, I think they're slowly getting discouraged. And so now we're just trying to find out who's the new boogeyman that we can bring out there to motivate these brain-dead zombies to come out to the polls. The outcome is the Ace of Cups. Putting Michelle Obama in there, yeah, some people might show up, but mostly it's going to be a collective meh on the GOP side. Mind you, young people would love to have her in there. I'm pretty sure they would. I would too. I think that would be amazing. Maybe in 2028. But here's the thing. Michelle Obama doesn't want the job, and who could blame her? But man, could you imagine what she could do? I think she could do amazing things. We will leave it here. Why are the Republicans doing this? Because they know Trump can't beat Biden. They know that people are getting tired. They don't look. They're not motivated to vote for Trump. Trump's been convicted of a bunch of felonies. So you have to gin up some emotional response in them to get folks to get out there, because they can't say, oh, Biden's coming for your guns, because nobody's coming for their guns. Obama didn't go for their guns in 8 years. Trump's the only one that said taking guns away from him without due process. He asked Mike Pence about that. I don't know. It's just a weird reading. We'll leave this weird reading alone. I've already padded it out long enough. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your likes, shares, comments, everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm. If you like this channel, check out my other channels, Tarot of the Seven Seas and Twin Tarot with Gary and David. Link in the description and on my community page. For folks discovering this channel recently for the first time, welcome to the channel. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.